So we'll call to order the June 28, 2022 Fire District 5 Commissioner meeting to order. I have a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Sudich,
Yes.
Commissioner Nelson,
Yes.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Chairman Wilsey.
Yes. All right, any commissioner absences coming up here?
I'll move that we excuse Kevin's absence this evening, as at the last meeting he indicated he wasn't going to be able to be here tonight. Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to excuse for NC from this meeting. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Sudich,
Yes.
Commissioner Nelson,
Yes.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Chairman Wilsey.
Yes. All right, any other commissioner absences coming up? All right, seeing and hearing none. Any communications to the board?
None this week.
All right, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the June 14th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Sudich,
Yes.
Commissioner Nelson,
Yes.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Chairman Wilsey.
Yes. About some voucher approvals.
I'll move that we approve the accounts payable vouchers 197416 through 197503, totaling $217,121.01 as outlined in the agenda. Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve the vouchers. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Sudich,
Yes.
Commissioner Nelson,
Yes.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Chairman Wilsey.
Yes. Any reports from 3390 tonight?
I talked to President Flick earlier today. He is at the Washington State Council Convention.
Oh yeah,
And said he will not be on tonight. Did not have anything to report.
beautiful Walla Walla. All right. Chief's report.
Great, thank you. Just want to remind you and everybody else out there that complying with the governor of having in-person meetings, we do have the headquarters open and in the boardroom with an iPad there if anybody ever wanted to come in person and would be able to talk and listen and testify. So we are doing that, continuing to have the boardroom open here at headquarters. Some updates at Station 59. We is back open, so we've moved the engine from 53 back to 59, and just want to thank you for that support. That was some of the money I asked for at the end of the year, last year's budget, and we got that station up and ready to go. We also have Station 57 complete. Now this one was a little different. This was where the sprinkler heads went off last year in the attic and caused damage. And so this was covered by insurance, but Station 57 is now back up and we can staff that when we have extra staffing also. We ordered a medic unit chassis, a Dodge chassis. We had a short window that Chief Black was looking at that to get that chassis on order. And so that's been done for the new medic unit. Some updates on training. I know I had told you about the Marina drill at last board meeting. I attended it one morning down at the Marina, and Battalion Chief Tom Voigt led that and did an excellent job. We had great coordination with West Pierce and their boat, Gig Harbor Police, and our team, and they did a great job and stretching lines, testing out the standpipes, working on different ways to deploy hose down there on the pier, and then also did some rescues with the West Pierce fireboat, and we had great coordination, learned some stuff about radios with Gig Harbor PD. So I just want to commend everybody, did a great job on that. We also are hosting right now 3 days of P-Sort and trench rescue training here at Gig Harbor at our headquarters. I saw Central Pierce here and West Pierce. So we're hosting that for the next 3 days. Update on division chief. We have 4 candidates moving forward. One is an internal candidate. And on July 11th, they will all be coming here to sit through a panel interview. And then later that afternoon, through a chief's interview with myself. And we'll make a decision shortly after that. So that's moving forward. I had lunch with Keepin's new chief, Nick Swinhart. I was on the panel that helped choose him, so I had met him before, but we got to spend some time together, and looking forward to working with him. Last night, I attended Gig Harbor City Council meeting on fireworks. It was quite explosive, and the city council voted 4-3 to ban all sale and use of fireworks next year. So it's a little sticky on us, you know. Everybody that testified said that the fire chief said this and the fire chief said that, and what they really meant was the city fire marshal, not the fire chief, and they don't know the difference between Gig Harbor Fire and the city, and people were frustrated a little bit with us, so it's stuck on us. I do think it's the right thing. I believe in it. I believe in safety. I just didn't think the timing was the best, and wished we had a little different process. But at the end of the day, I support them. Of course, I support safety. Of course, I think it's the best thing to do. Just wish the process would happen a little differently. But anyway, that decision was made. And so also with fireworks and 4th of July, we will be having some extra staffing. We'll put them out at Fox Island. It seems that most of our fires happen in 4th of July at Fox Island, and we need some extra staffing, so we'll be doing that 4th of July. Negotiations, as you know, is coming up July 19th through the 22nd. Just wanted to remind you of that. With that, we're doing a lot of work to get prepared for negotiations. We're trying to get this year's budget going. Crystal and Chief Oldenburg have been doing a lot of work with that, and we are going to be calling a meeting here real soon with the Budget, Finance, and Audit Committee just to go over where we're at with the budget, this year's budget, the trends, and give you an update starting with the subcommittee. So that'll I think I'll be meeting with Chief Oldenburg and Crystal this week to try to outline that timeline to get you updated on where we're headed and what we're doing. We also have a couple drafts for Fleet and Facilities Committee, so we're going to be asking for a meeting with that subcommittee very soon. That brings me to the bond. I spoke last week at Chamber, the week before on Fox Island. The 13th, I'll be speaking at a Kiwanis Club. We have, to remind you, open house, Station 53 is July 13th at 6 p.m. Station 58 is July 23rd at 1:30. Station 51 is July 27th at 6 p.m. We're asking Liz Loomis to help us. We're asking the architect to help us with some storyboards so that we'll have some good photos of and some poster boards for people to see the project. So our architects are helping us there. And I'm working on a presentation that I've been doing it with Chamber and Kiwanis and everybody else. So I should be able to deliver that. The union will be there, and we'll roll up the doors. We've already started promoting it and got it out on social media. I put it out on Fox Island News. We're trying to get it out to Raft Island. I put it on the Canterwood site. So we're trying to reach our neighbors to invite them to all 3 of those. And last but not least, Chief Johnson and Chief Meyer are scheduling a time to go over to Boise. I think it might be next week. They're going to take a tour of the training facility that was built there and some of the new stations that were built, just to get some feedback on what went well and what didn't, especially at the training facility. So that's all I got to report. Any questions for me?
All right, thank you, Chief.
I have one quick question, if that's okay.
Yep.
How you had one meeting at Fox Island and you've gone to the different service clubs. How is our message being received?
Very well, almost surprisingly well. At every single time I speak, everywhere I go, everybody smiles and nods and then says, all right, when are we getting a truck company? I'd probably say that's my number one question that I get. There's very little about the bond. Everybody just says, okay, sounds good, looks good. I understand we're growing. And I get almost no, I've hardly had any negative feedback in all the presentations that I've done. I did have coffee at Fox Island and there was about 20 gentlemen there, a little rougher crowd, couple, there was one that I could tell that was not supportive. All the rest, and they asked good, hard, tough questions and we answered them and walked through them. Most of them all came up to me afterwards and said, good job, and we support it. I'm out at Canterwood and a member at Canterwood and at a lot of their functions, and I get a lot of feedback there. Surprisingly, everything has been very positive. The report that I got from the union is that their door knocking is going very well too. You know, that's where we would hear negatives if we knew, or if it was out there. And of course they get some, but if we had some big red flags, I think we'd know of it. So everything I'm seeing is very positive.
Thank you.
Not really a question, but this is more just an FYI for Alex. I'm planning on attending the Fox Island meeting on the 13th with Chief Doan. I just think we need to, as a board, if any of us are going to attend, we should give each other a heads up so that no more than 2 of us are at any of the meetings. So I just wanted to let everybody know I'm planning on going to that one.
Well, the thing is, we can all be there at one time as long as we don't conduct business,
Sure.
if we choose to.
No, it might be tough though if we all showing up there. So, all right, very good. Thank you, Bryce, and thanks for going out there, Chief and Bryce, for the next one too. So, all right, standing committee reports. The only thing I have is, as Chief mentioned, the negotiations committee met with the chiefs and kind of talked over, positioning and strategy a little bit. So that went well. Appreciate the work that Perry and Crystal put all into that. Any other committee reports I'm missing? I don't think anybody else got together. So
Well,
go ahead, Joe.
the audit committee had an entry meeting with the state auditors. Very straightforward, just telling us what they're going to do and that they appreciate all the support that they've gotten from us already. So it's nothing really to report. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I think we got an email as well that stated that you'd been through that. So thank you guys for your work on that. All right, financial report, Chief Oldenburg.
Well, good evening, commissioners. Let me get the screen shared here for you. Let me know if you can see the financial report. This is also included in your packets this evening. So this is for the month of May, and the overall financials for the department look very consistent and very solid. So we're on trend. Revenues are a little bit ahead of projection. That's just because of the way we receive taxes. You're very familiar with that. So that looks good. Our expenses are on target or just a little bit below for the year, and that's normal. And then our fund balances at the bottom are strong as well. Those reflect on some of our tax revenue that we're currently holding to spend over the next few months. So everything looks good as far as we're concerned right now, and we're monitoring other more detailed aspects of the budget, but overall, everything looks healthy and solid. I'd stand for questions.
All right, thank you, Chief Oldenburg. I don't
Yep.
think anybody have any questions. Everything looks in line. All right, you got anything else, Chief Oldenburg?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
All right. I don't have anything for chairman's report tonight. Is there any old business to come before the board? All right, seeing none, new business. Looks like we got resolution for the EMS levy lid lift.
Correct. Commissioners, in your packet is resolution 2022-06. It is presented a draft resolution for first reading. The steps as we go through, you'll see next is that we'll talk about is the for and against committee. 7.6 will have a notice of opportunity for and against committee applications that will be posted on the district website. 7.12, the board will adopt the resolution to put the EMS levy lid lift on the November ballot. 7.20 is the deadline to submit applications for and against committees. The 7.26, the board reviews and selects the for and against committee, just like we did for the bond. 8.2 is the deadline to file the resolution with the county. 8.4 is the deadline for the for and against statements to be filed with the elections office, and 8.8 is the deadline for rebuttal statements. That's the process and the order that we're going in, but tonight included in your packet is the resolution for the first reading of the EMS levy. I don't, no action there. And then B, just reminding you that the EMS levy lid lift for and against committee. Today, we're just advising you the need to appoint that, and then we'll go through the process that I outlined.
What's the deadline for the resolution to get to the county?
8.2 is the deadline to file the resolution with the county elections office.
Okay.
So we're a week ahead schedule. I wanted to, we could have waited one more week, but I just didn't want to have in case something happened. So I moved everything up to this week so that we have a week buffer.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have us get it in early than late. So
Yep.
obviously.
Yep.
Completely agree.
Yep. So that's
Anybody have any questions on the draft resolution? Everything looked pretty well in order to me, so very good. All right, open public comment. Anybody wishing to address the board, please state your name for the record and you'll have 3 minutes. Have anybody wanting to speak tonight? Like Carl's raising his hand.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you, Carl.
Good, good. As I read the resolution, a couple of questions come to mind. We state that the services in Pierce County and in District 5 greatly enhance the survival rate of victims of trauma and cardiac arrest. Someone should ask this question, so I'm sure you got it at hand. What is the measure period? In other words, the survival rate is improved from when to when and from what to what?
All right, so I think we can come up with some numbers or maybe drill down on that statement to get it more specific to District 5 possibly. What are you suggesting, Carl? Would you rather see more District 5? Because I know we included Pierce County in that.
Well, this is pretty general. I mean, we've had discussions before, and are you measuring survival rate? Does that mean getting a cardiac arrest to the hospital, or does that mean getting to the hospital where the victim actually walks out of the hospital? Those are two very different things, I think, as I recall numbers. So I just think we ought to be prepared. If someone read this, we ought to have that answer available. What are you measuring and over what period of time, and what are the actual measurements?
All right, I think we can definitely come up with some of that, Carl.
Super, thanks.
And I would recommend it too, just to either get it to time or maybe a specific percentage of how it's improved. So, thank you, sir. You have anything else, Carl?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right.
I forgot to add that we do have this all at legal counsel for a second look at it after we've edited. So legal counsel has it right now, and we'll let you know if there's any changes.
All right. And I think the numbers should be easily available from the county, I would imagine, we get a time period and then a increased survival rate. I'm sure that's something we can put in there that's significant. All right. Seeing no other public comment, we'll move on to good of the order. Anybody have anything for good of the order?
I got one quick thing, Alex. I stopped by Station 59 the day before it opened, and looks fantastic. And Chief Black happened to show up as I was there, and I just think that he and everybody else involved in that project did a great job. So I want to commend them for it. It really made the place far more habitable.
I also was able to take a little tour through it before it opened back up, and for the budget that was used and the bang for the buck, you guys did an amazing job. Well done.
Very good. Thank you. Any other good of the order for tonight? All right. Just remind everybody, July 4th is coming up next Monday. Obviously, headquarters will be closed. Your fire stations will be open, and it sounds like we're staffing up out on Fox Island. So everybody be careful and safe this 4th of July, and we'll see you at our next meeting. This meeting is adjourned. Our next regular meeting will be July 12th at 5 p.m. And as a reminder, you can go in person at headquarters or attend via Zoom. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night.